Alright, hey guys, this is Vapid Ghost. I go by Venfaith on the Xiaoyu forums. I'm going to be doing some more videos on Xiao. This is the first one I'm doing. I do have a bunch of topics I want to cover, but because of some problems I had with my normals tutorial, I'm going to be breaking them up into different videos. This video is going to be about Xiao's stance mechanics. The first thing I'm going to talk about with Xiao is that so obviously she has two stances. She has her Phoenix and her Rain Dance. I can't remember if I did this in my normal tutorial, so I'm just gonna say it again here. The best way to go into her stance is from universally is with down back. You just hold down back and then you can hit either punches for Phoenix or Rain Dance, or I'm sorry, kicks for Rain Dance. Because normally punches is, Phoenix is down and punches, and Rain Dance is back and kicks. So if you just hold down back, it makes it simpler if you just hold down back and then hit the respective button. Next thing, so I had someone saying that when they were in Phoenix, instead of getting Phoenix Talon, they'd constantly get her dive kick, and they could not figure out why this is happening. Well, I just want you guys to look at my inputs on the left side really quick. That is Phoenix Talon, and I'll show you what your inputs will like if you're getting the dive kick. You'll notice that there's diagonal ups in there. So the way this game works is, or at least Xiao does this anyway, there are some other characters who abuse this mechanic, but anytime you input a diagonal up or an up, your character begins jumping. At the beginning of that jump, as soon as you hit the jump, the up direction on your stick or whatever, there's 4 frames. There's a 4-frame startup for your jump. That's why you can't just jump on wake up. If they're meeting you, it'll hit you. There's 4 frames before you take off. Well, with Xiao, if you jump, it breaks her stance. And you can almost kind of see it if you jump out of a stance. There's 4 frames where Xiao is in her neutral stance. And that's her jump animation. It counts her as being standing in her neutral stance, not in her regular, or not in the stance she was in. So if you accidentally hit an up arrow or an up motion on your stick when you're trying to do Phoenix Talon, there's a timing to it. It won't happen all the time. And you hit your kick late enough, the game will register you as being in standing because of your jump animation. So then you cancel that jump animation into your special move, which for Xiao is her shooting star, her dive kick. You can actually do other things with this too intentionally. You can do any of her normal stance specials from her stance. Like that. It's kind of useful to know. There are some other things that are like, you would almost never use them. Like in a corner, this mistrust combo. Does 224 damage if you do 2 mistrusts. Derp. Let me try again. There we go. Does 232 if you end with a flower power. Like, it... not flower power, storming flower. It's like, it's helpful, and if you ever pull it off in a match, I'll give you something, but I don't know. There are some weird uses for it. But it can also be nice if you're stuck in a stance like, or if you go into a stance like this and you do want to do a shooting star right away. Then you don't have to leave your stance by jumping or doing it down back, down back. So that actually kind of leads into something else, is leaving stances. Xiao is designed to leave stance by hitting down, down, but it's not reliable, and it takes a long time. Like, it doesn't always work. And then the other way to leave stance is obviously by jumping or doing a move. But what people have noticed, and I don't know if this was this way in Tekken because I've never played Tekken, is if you do down back, or down forward, it's a much faster and more reliable, more consistent way of leaving her stances. And what this lets you do is cancel it. And that opens up a ton of possibilities. So I'm going to show how you can do crouch heavy punch into another crouch heavy punch. If I wasn't bad. There we go. That's not it. There we go. Simple combo to do with 2 crouch heavy punches. It's almost like a Viper from Street Fighter 4, where she has her crouch heavy punch, feint, crouch heavy punch. With Xiao, you just have a stance, unstance, cancel. And then the big part where that comes into play is doing her breakdance, if I can do it here. So, totally messing up. Which I probably will, since I'm recording. If you don't do it perfectly, it does take a lot of practice, and even I fuck it up a billion times. There we go. You can do it 6 times, as long as you do the cancels right. For me, I have to get into a rhythm. I don't know what it is, but I will just mess it up so many times. This is something that, if you're like me and you mess it up a lot, because as you can see, I still fuck it up all the time, you're going to want to take it into practice mode, then you're going to want to do it hundreds of times, like literally hundreds. You're going to want to spend hours on this if you want to play Xiao effectively, because it's her high. You can go into this breakdance from so many different places, and it makes her other combos obsolete. If you do something other than, like after an overhead, if you do a different combo, that's fine, but you're not maximizing Xiao. You can also go into this from her EX Shooting Star, which is pretty ridiculous. I'm not going to bother trying to show it here because I'm just going to mess it up, but if you do EX Shooting Star into 6 crouching heavy kicks, which is a full breakdance chain, it's 480 damage for 1 bar that you can punish a fireball with. It's pretty ridiculous. Excuse me. I think that's pretty much it for stance, unstance. The other thing I want to talk about, because this is what a lot of people are going to be using, for her crouch heavy kicks. I'll try a couple more times here. I just put a new gate in my arcade stick, so I'm still getting used to the arrows, or the directional inputs. Whatever. I'll just say it. The crouching heavy kick juggle limit is 6. After the 3rd hit, you can do her Phoenix Talon. The full Phoenix Talon will hit after 3 crouching heavy kicks. You can also cross art. The full cross art, you'll get the full cross art animation. You can't super. You can super, but you'll only get 1 hit. Anything more than 3, if you do 4 crouching heavy kicks, I don't believe you can follow it up with anything. I could be wrong, but I haven't found anything that works. And then you can only afford to do 2 crouching heavy kicks into her super. And that's about all you can do for that. So in my next video, I'm going to talk a little bit more about combos and her charge attack dash cancel, which can be an easier way of doing her crouch heavy kick loop. But that's it for this one. That's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about with Xiao's stances. So I hope you learned something. If you have any questions, just go ahead and comment below and I'll get back to you.